One, my loves. It's Knowledge Butterfly. As always, sending you guys out peace, blessings, love, and abundance. This video is about a new exercise that I just got into. Let me put this in full screen mode. Perfect. A new exercise that I just got into practicing my gratitude. Um, when you learn to get in a state of perpetual gratitude, you're actually also learning to be present in the very now and to not focus on things that happened to you in the past and not focus on the things to come in the future. Because when you really start to get into what past, present, and future means, especially the future, you realize that everything that you want for the future, you're actually creating it right now in this very moment, in this present moment. So you being present and you giving gratitude or showing gratitude is one of the best expressions that you can do to benefit yourself in the long run, right? In the grand scheme of things, right? And it also teaches you to you're starting to train your thought process to think more positive so you can actually start seeing the more positive things in life. So your thoughts start to become more positive as well because you're starting to create a perpetual cycle or environment of gratitude. And I'm currently reading this book. It's only 68 pages, and it's a law of attraction book. I found it on Billy Carson's Instagram page. It came up in my feed, and the book is free. It was a free download, so I was like, I'll check it out. And she has different exercises. It's a woman that wrote the book right now. Her name is not coming to mind, but she has different exercises you can do in order to work on your attraction skills. Because let's be real, the law of attraction works whether you know it or not. We are all attracting things that match what's going on inside of us. So whatever we think we're worth, whatever we think is possible, is what we're attracting. So that's why I've talked about in previous videos about subconscious mind programming, affirmations, why they're so very, very important, and those things of that nature, because you're programming your subconscious mind to think totally different, to gain a different perspective of life, and not be dealing with and living in the same programming that you've had since you were a child, okay, and the same limitations that you had. So, anywho's, getting back into the gratitude, that's why it's important, because it helps you to start thinking more in a more positive manner. So she had an exercise that said you can either create a journal, a gratitude journal, and each day you're writing down the things that's happening in that day that you're grateful about. All right. And she said, or you can do a gratitude jar, and you can just take little sheets of paper and then write down what you're grateful for and then fold it up and put it in your gratitude jar. I like the gratitude jar thing, but I actually did it in the form of a can. So this is just a coffee can, nothing, nothing hard to obtain. If you drink coffee like I do, from time to time, it's very easy to get this. So I just peeled off what was there, because what's eventually going to happen is I'm going to create some sigils, some powerful sigils, and I'm going to draw the sigils on the can, right, to increase and amplify the power of it. So I started this on yesterday. So this is, you guys can do this along with me. And you can see I have the folded up pieces of paper. What I decided to do was to write the things that I'm grateful and thankful for, and not only just fold it up, but I put a date on it as well. I throw it in there. I sprinkled some cinnamon at the bottom of it because I wanted to put some sweetness in there with my gratitude. Again, amplifying that energy. But what I really wanted to just drive home with you guys is that this is about creating in your subconscious mind. This is just a physical representation of my subconscious mind, because I realized with this can, instead of doing a jar, my letters of gratitude are being implanted in darkness, which is a symbol of my subconscious mind. All right. And so as I'm placing these thought forms in this canister, in this can, I am symbolically implanting it in my own subconscious mind. All right. So you can come up with whatever idea you want. This is just how I took something I read, and I made it tailor made for myself. I made it tailor made for something that resonates with me and that fits with my own perspective. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can try this, and hopefully you if you don't try this, you find something that works for you. But this is to help you start being more grateful and stop thinking so negative. I realize that in being here in this house, where a lot of that negative perspective comes from for me, because just like my environment, I hear a lot of negativity. So it had me like go back into childhood and remember some of the conversations and things that I heard around me. So in dealing with the little baby girl Malia, I see her being a sponge. I see how she picks up on things because she's at the ages from 0 to 7. So from the womb to 7 years old, children are sponges. All right, they're in the state of perpetual uh, programming. So everything you do is you're implanting programs in them. Same thing happened to us. So it is our job now, if we're on the path to changing the way we see things, changing our perspective, and on the path of becoming better versions of ourselves, that we start to be honest with ourselves about those things that we don't agree with, those limitations that were placed on us. And if negative thinking is one of those limitations, which I'm pretty sure 99.9% of us, growing up, if we grew up in a Black household, we grew up around negative programming, because it is. I just did a video on talking about, uh, gosh, I forgot what did I title it? Um, Something about spiritual wisdom needed for Black people, and I was talking about the trauma that's in our DNA. These little exercises are things that we can do to reprogram it, because we were not programmed, not all of us, most of us were not programmed to think in a way that we could have anything that we want in this world, that the world is our oyster, that, anything and everything that we desire and dream about is attainable. It can happen. We can become that thing that we really want. We weren't told that. We were told that life is a struggle. We were told that life is hard. We were told that because we were Black, we had to work even harder than anybody else. We were told all these other things, which were limitation, limitation, limitation. You go here, you get brought right back down here. And so when we really are honest with ourselves, and not judging our parents, realizing that programming came from the generation before them, which was their parents, and it continues on and on and on. That is a generational curse. That is a cycle. That is a cycle of limitations. White children do not have the same limitations placed on them. Most of them are told that they can be anything that they want to be. Most of them are told that they are special just the way they are. I won't say most, but a lot of them are told that they are special just the way they are, especially the ones who actually grew up with generational wealth. The ones that grew up with physical generational wealth, it's because their parents made them feel like they were superheroes. You have got to start making yourself feel like a superhero. And in order to do that, start seeing beauty in yourself every day and implanting it in your subconscious mind, or your physical representation of your subconscious mind. So I absolutely love this as a tool. And I'll be using this as long as I want to. I actually feel like this could be something that's working, that I use for the remainder of my physical um, my physical experience here, because I look at life now as, this is my story. I'm writing this story. This is my book. This is my play. And I'm the one that is casting the roles of who I want to play, whatever. So I am the lead actress, the starring actress. I am the producer. I'm the director. I am the casting director. All right. So I choose the people who I want to play the parts of my spouse, of my family, of my friends. I'm choosing all of these people. I have open casting, and I'm choosing the people that have the right inner energy, that resonates with my inner energy on a higher vibrational state, not that low vibrational Tiffany Elisa Smith, who didn't really know who the fuck she was, because she was so involved in the ego and in the physical existence. Now the spiritual me knows that I am way bigger than this place, and I'm way bigger than anything that I still imagine myself to be. I'm still bigger than that. All right, so is getting into that mind state. And it took me with affirmations to even get here. All of this stuff that I'm starting to do on a physical level, all that started with my affirmations. All of that started with that. So you got to start somewhere. So if you're not in a place where you see yourself as being beautiful in every single way, I'm not talking about this physical form as a whole, because I realize that this is still an illusion. What it means is that this is illusion, means that anything that's temporary. So we know that living here on this physical plane is a limitation. It's going to expire at some point. You will not be here in this physical form forever. That is an illusion, that with this temporary body dying, because you literally are being reborn into the spiritual realm, reborn into something else. Okay, so when we start getting an understanding of that, we realize that everything here, that's why it can come and it can go, because it's not real. All right. What's really real is the part of you that never dies. It's the part of you that keeps transforming into all these different things, and realizing that everything that you go through here is for experience points. It's like a video game. It's for experience points. All right. So, anywho, that's a whole nother thing. This video is really just about attitude of gratitude and implanting those grateful thoughts in your subconscious mind. All right. So, this quick exercise, like I said, I got a coffee can. It got a black lid in it, so this is perfect. And then it got the silver around it. The silver to me always ties into the moon, and the moon to me reminds me of the subconscious mind, the dream world. So hell yeah, this is the perfect tool for that. So on that note, I'm gonna end the video, guys. I appreciate you for tuning in. Peace and love. Let me end this thing, because let me tell you something. I'm using Zoom, so I'm getting used to how to maneuver through this. Peace, y'all.